They are taking a rather direct approach. They're asking parents and scouts straight out, yes or no. Is there a place for gays and lesbians in scouting? A list of questions went out to more than 1 million scouts and leaders, asking their opinions about camping together, sleeping in tents together, and what they would do if scouting was open to gays and lesbians. I want to get our Lisa Sylvester to join us now from Washington, and from Pittsburgh, Jennifer Tyrrell, a Cub Scout den leader who was forced out of scouting because of her sexual orientation. Lisa, you first. Tell me about this survey, how it went out, and what kind of reception it's receiving.
Okay, Fred. So this survey went out as an email to about 1 million registered volunteers and parents. And we've got a sample. This is just a sample of one of the questions. I'm going to read it for you. It says, a gay male troop leader, along with another adult leader, is taking a group of boys on a camping trip following the youth protection guidelines of 2 Deep leadership. Is it acceptable or unacceptable for the gay adult leader to take the adolescent boys on an overnight camping trip? Now, the answers range anywhere from totally acceptable to totally unacceptable. Now, all of this comes as the Boy Scouts National Executive Board, they put off a vote in February on whether or not they should lift the outright ban on openly homosexual scouts and troop leaders. And now they are expected to make that decision in May. And the group, in a statement, said today, quote, "We are currently in the listening phase where the BSA's committees engage key stakeholders for input and develop a summary report. Part of this process is to survey a variety of key stakeholders." Conservative groups, though, they have said that opening up the organization, that it runs counter to many troops that have been chartered by churches where the doctrine of faith openly opposes homosexuality. But on the other hand, you have the gay rights groups, and they're saying, look, the Boy Scouts, they shouldn't be endorsing discrimination. Also, something I should mention, Fred, is the fact that this survey, it was actually conducted by a conservative group. It's a company called North Star Opinion Research, and that is a Republican polling firm headed by a Republican strategist. And, well, some critics are suggesting that maybe these questions, that they were written in a very specific way to elicit a very specific kind of response. And, you know, we've reached out to North Star, and we're still waiting to hear back. But the Boy Scouts, they say that it was a third party. It was fairly done. The survey was fairly done. And so now they're waiting for the responses.
And so what will happen with those responses?
Well, the Boy Scouts of America, they say they're going to listen. They're going to, I mean, it's about 1 million responses that they're going to get from the volunteers and from the parents. And they're also reaching out, I should say, to previous scouts, people who had been in the scouting program before. They're going to take all of this information and they're going to use it to make part of the decision. It's not going to be solely the basis for the decision, but it's one aspect of what they will use to ultimately decide what they should do in this case.
All right, Lisa, thanks so much. So meantime, Jennifer Tyrrell out of Pittsburgh now, you were a Cub Scout, a Cub Scout den leader. What's your thought on this survey taking place, especially the sequence in which this survey has come out?
Well, I had a chance to look at some of the survey questions, and they're definitely poorly written and very leading. To say it's a third party is fine, but they're definitely leading. I feel like if the Boy Scouts wanted an expert opinion on this, they really could go to everything that's already been previously documented. The fact that gay people are no more likely to harm a child than anyone else. The fact that the American Medical Association has said that this type of policy, this type of discrimination is very harmful to children. They really don't need to continue to have surveys and call-ins. And I personally delivered 1.4 million signatures, myself and a bunch of other folks, to Dallas headquarters last month, saying, hey, these 1.4 million people want scouting to be changed, and that's what we want. We're not looking to take down scouts. We want to be a part of scouts, and we're telling them that there's absolutely no reason that gay people can't safely join scouts. They've safely been there already. They just want to be there and be able to be who they are.
What were some of the questions on this survey that you thought were leading, if not offensive?
Well, the one that your other guest had mentioned about the camp out, to me, it seems it's geared to inflict some sort of fear response. It's gay panic. Oh my gosh, you know, my child's going to be alone with a homosexual. Well, gay people are not predators. There's really nothing to worry about. They're not looking to prey on other people. It's just, the question is supposed to make you afraid so that you want to, in my opinion. One of my favorite questions was, I'm going to say it's about myself personally, a lesbian den leader and her son Johnny join, and they've asked her to be a den leader even though she's gay, and they all know she's gay, and then she's kicked out.
Yeah, you felt pretty definitive that they were talking about you.
I'm pretty sure, yeah. And I actually blogged about it on my blog at Pittsburgh Lesbian Correspondence, if you want to check that out.
Well, we'll have to check that out. Jennifer Tyrrell, thanks so much for joining us. Lisa Sylvester also joining us from Washington. Appreciate both of you.